Hi everyone, I'm Olivia Wilson from the Decula Branch Library, and welcome to Outer Space for Earthlings Stargazing Basics. In this time of social distancing, it can be difficult finding fun things to do all while safely staying apart from others. Stargazing is something fun and inexpensive that can be done with your friends and family, all while maintaining that safe 6-foot distance. With the tips and tricks I'm going to share with you in this video, you will be a pro at the basics of stargazing in no time. So let's get started. The first thing you will need to do is decide when to go stargazing. Here are a few things to keep in mind. You want to go when visibility will be the best. That means there needs to be little to no cloud cover. Something like this image would not be ideal. Winter is often the best time for stargazing because of those clear, haze-free nights, but any time of year with a clear sky is a good time for stargazing. Additionally, new moon nights are the best times to go stargazing because you won't have to worry about the brightness of the moon obscuring the stars, as it does in this image. Finally, you might consider checking into these sources to see if there are any upcoming astronomical events to plan a stargazing outing for. These include things such as meteor showers, comets, or closely orbiting planets. Once you've decided when you will go, you will then need to think about what to bring with you. People often think they need a telescope or even just a pair of binoculars to see anything when they go stargazing. While it's true that these two instruments can help you see even more objects in the night sky, all you really need is your own two eyes. There are plenty of objects to observe in the night sky with the naked eye. However, there are a couple of things you can bring with you to help you better understand what you're looking at while you stargaze. To help you find the more easily visible constellations and planets, it's helpful to bring a star chart or a planisphere. You can find star charts in a number of places. There are several websites where you can download a star chart of what your night sky will look like at the date and time you plan to stargaze. This example is from the website skyandtelescope.com. It shows what the night sky will look like in Gainesville, Georgia on August 11th at 10 p.m. Another option is an app on your smartphone. There are several free options, such as the one shown here. Simply go to the App Store if you have an iPhone or the Google Play Store if you have an Android and search Star Chart. Yet another option is a Planisphere. A planisphere allows you to select the date and time you are planning on stargazing by adjusting the circles, which the arrow points to in this image. For instance, if I wanted to set this for 10 p.m. on August 11th, I would move the circles to 9 p.m. on August 11th to adjust for daylight savings, as shown here. Looking at the planisphere on this side is what the sky would look like from the north. The arrow is pointing at the line that represents the horizon. Looking at it from this side is what the sky would look like from the south. If you choose to use a paper star chart or a planisphere, you will need a flashlight in order to view it. However, it is also important to preserve your night vision when stargazing. It can take 30 to 45 minutes for your eyes to completely adjust to the dark, which will allow you to see even more night sky objects. To keep your night vision intact, find a piece of red or pink paper to tape over your flashlight. It needs to be something opaque enough to filter the light, but also transparent enough for the light to get through so you can see your star chart or planisphere. In the past, I've used a pink post-it note or computer paper colored red. Pictured here is some red and white construction paper. In a pinch, you can use white paper and a red marker to achieve the same goal. If you decide to use an app on your smartphone, try and find one that includes a night vision feature. If it doesn't, just remember it will take your eyes time to adjust after looking at your app each time. Finally, don't forget to dress for bugs, so long pants and sleeves, Bring a blanket to sit on and some snacks if you plan on being out for a while. Now that you've decided when you would like to go and have your materials gathered, next is deciding where to go. The great thing about stargazing is it can really be done anywhere, including your own backyard. But to maximize your experience, you will want to choose somewhere that is as free of light pollution and trees as possible. Light pollution is the glow that fills the sky from heavily populated areas. It makes seeing the fainter stars more difficult. More rural locations have less light pollution, so those are the types of places you should aim for finding. Trees are also potentially obstructive, so flat fields are ideal places to stargaze. But remember, you'll want to choose somewhere you have permission to be, so not on someone else's personal property unless you have permission to be there beforehand. Now that we've gone over when to go, what to bring, and where to go, let's take a closer look at a few of the easier to spot constellations for you to look for on your first stargazing adventure. To do this, I'm going to use my Planisphere to show you what the night sky will look like on August 11th, using the directions I gave you earlier. Because of its shape, one of the more easily recognizable objects in the sky right now is the constellation Cassiopeia. It's one of my personal favorites because, depending upon its orientation, it looks like a W or an M. Another object to be on the lookout for is the Big Dipper and the Little Dipper. As you can see here, the end of the bowl of the ladle of the Big Dipper also points to Polaris, the North Star, which is also the handle of the Little Dipper. On my Planisphere, the metal circle that holds the two pieces together is Polaris. There are plenty of other objects to be on the lookout for when you go stargazing, but these are just a few of the more easily identified ones. Hopefully you have enjoyed this presentation and are inspired to start planning your first stargazing adventure, or planning another one if you've gone stargazing before. In fact, you can use the tips and tricks I've shared with you today to view the Perseid meteor shower, which will peak later tonight or early tomorrow morning, August 12th. If you are ready to dive deeper into stargazing, here are the resources I used to prepare this presentation. The last link is where I downloaded my paper star chart. And here are additional resources GCPL has to offer about stargazing and astronomy in general. On one side of the slide are two programs available on the GCPL Teen IMAX and Tech Stations that focus on astronomy. On the other side of the slide are a small sample of the many books we have available on the topic. You can go to our website to search our catalog for even more. Thank you for watching Outer Space for Earthlings Stargazing Basics. Don't forget to look at the GCPL program calendar on our website to see what other virtual programs we're offering over the next few months. Happy stargazing, everyone!